Public speaking, some of us, and I happen to be someone that enjoys it. I get a lot of energy from it, but it's also an art. It's a craft. And learning from Eduardo and Deborah and Rebecca and the rest of the coaches was so insightful. Something as just minor movements, the way you put your head, the way to draw audiences into the story. I learned things that I would not have otherwise learned. And that, to me, was everything. Actually, it was gold. I actually did not know what to expect when I signed up for Fearless Force. The whole idea of having a story was new. I mean, it was totally new. It was that morning when we started and they explained what we were going to do. I went away thinking one thing, but as I was encouraged to go deeper into my whys, I discovered some things about myself. And so my story went from who I thought I was to why I was. And it became much more powerful to the point that I'm planning to launch it and use it as a part of what I do for a living. Someone who had participated in Fearless Force invited me to go to one of the monthly sessions. And I was so impressed with Eduardo and the team and the breakout groups. And I want to become a better public speaker. And just going to 2 of those monthly meetings, I was certain that I would come away feeling much better with the techniques of telling my story. This is not a typical training. It's not training. It's really getting in touch with self. It's going deep into who you are, what experiences have impressed you to become who you are, and then to be authentic in conveying that, learning how to be authentic and conveying it. There's no judgment zone. That's what I really appreciated about it. It's just an environment that is supportive, and you are encouraged not only by the leaders and coaches, but by the cohort members themselves. And that is rare. I thought I was an introvert when I was younger, but in fact, that was not the case. The experiences that I faced along the way as I grew up caused me to lose my voice. And I was unconscious of the fact that had the power other people had on me as a woman, but more so as a Black person. And so I was never an introvert who became an extrovert. I was always who I was, but I was being pushed into a situation where my voice was silenced. I am now taking public speaking on the road. It is a service that I am going to offer in an additional service for my firm to offer. I am ready to engage audiences, to shed some of the shyness of being in front of an audience. And shyness is not so much speaking as much as it is uncovering the real me, unmasking the real me. Because I think, well, no, I know the real me is worth other people seeing. One, you're in the comfort of your own home, your own space. You're not traveling. You're not waiting on a train or being late in traffic. You're not running after a train or trying to get home in time for dinner. We also didn't have to dress up until the showcase, which was wonderful. And being in each other's home really I think is why we were all so open to one another, because it was just, you start off vulnerable when you're in these virtual meetings. It is what it is. Somebody's dog is barking, someone's kid is crying, or in one case, one child actually just came up to see who was on. That just makes it very human. And so I really, I wanted to be in person just for the celebration at the end, but I really did enjoy doing it virtually with everyone. I have a new family. In a lot of situations where you're going into particularly an intensive training program or and a program to enhance your skills, it's bada boom, bada bang. It's really intense. While the work itself was intense because it forced you to look internally, to look at yourself, to really define something of an experience that you wanted to share, they were so encouraging and comforting in helping me to draw that story out. As we were practicing our stories, sometimes it was just a glance. Other times it was just an encouraging word, because you're nervous. You're nervous about doing it. You want to get it right. There was so much camaraderie and support. By time the showcase was, I was ready to rock it. Our group were, from the very beginning, authentic, supportive. We were nervous together, some of us more than others, but encouraging one another. So by time the day of the showcase, we were just pumped. We pumped each other up. We stayed on the showcase. We watched each other's. We put the gold comments in the chat. We had traveled together on this journey, and it culminated with the showcase. And in fact, some of us have stayed in touch as a result of that.